Good afternoon. I'm Mariana Khan. Topping your Newsmax Now update. One Republican rules himself out of the 2016 presidential race. Mitt Romney told reporters just a short time ago that he will not be making a third run for the White House. He says it's best to give other leaders in the party the opportunity to become the Republican nominee. He also says he will not be organizing a PAC or taking donations. In other news, a Florida prosecutor now says he will not pursue charges against George Zimmerman. The former neighborhood watchman was acquitted in the 2013 shooting of African-American teenager Trayvon Martin. The most recent charges stem from a reported domestic violence incident that happened earlier this month, but the victim has now recanted her story. The Taliban now claims responsibility for yesterday's deadly attack at a military airport in Kabul. An Afghan soldier opened fire, killing 3 American security contractors and wounding a 4th. It's the first shooting of its kind since the U.S. ended combat operations a month ago. And of course, this also raises questions about how the White House treats the Taliban, which has carried out several attacks. The White House designates the group as a, quote, armed insurgency and not a terrorist group.
It's important to draw a distinction between the Taliban and al-Qaeda. The Taliban has resorted to terror tactics, but those terror tactics have principally been focused on Afghanistan.
And there you have it, spokesperson Josh Earnest saying, as opposed to al-Qaeda, which the White House says has aspirations of attacks around the world. ISIS and Kurdish fighters have been clashing in the meantime in northern Iraq. A firefight, as you can hear, erupted after a car bomb went off outside an empty hotel. And not far away, a senior Kurdish leader and 8 of his soldiers were killed in a separate battle with ISIS. And we're still waiting for word on hostages, on the fate of those 2 hostages held by ISIS. A Japanese journalist and a Jordanian pilot are both under a death threat. You're looking at a visual happening right now in Japan. The terror group promised to kill them, those hostages, unless Jordan released a convicted terrorist. But that deadline for that release, well, that was yesterday, and it passed. In other news around the world today, music mogul Suge Knight now faces murder charges in L.A. The founder of Death Row Records is being held on $2 million bail. He turned himself in early this morning after allegedly getting into an altercation with 2 people and running them over with his pickup. One was killed. It happened outside a burger joint in Compton. That was your latest Newsmax Now update.